Okay, let's go quick because I said this would be up by 8 o'clock and that's 7 minutes from now. Alright, furniture row. Oh, we're doing the homework. The 8 questions. You're supposed to cut one out, put it in the first box, answer it, match the answer with one of these numbers on the top of another card, and then go to that next one. Right? It was all in the instructions at the bottom. Hopefully you read it. Okay, delivered a box 60 inches long, 18 inches wide, 30 inches high. What is the volume of the box in cubic feet? First thing we have to do is erase the word feet because this was a mistake. If you look at the answers, the only way this works is if you do cubic inches. Otherwise, this would have been a good question to change all the inches to feet first, but whatever. Okay, delivered a box. So we need a box. So box is a rectangular prism. And there it is. Okay, 60 inches long, 18 inches wide, 30 inches high. Alright, volume of a prism, area of the base times height. So the area of our base, if we want to say our base is this bottom rectangle here, we would just say area of the base is base times height, or 60 times 18. So we just do 60 times 18. Alright. Everything times 0 is just 0, so we go to the 6. 6 times 8, 48, 4, 10. So 1080. Okay, that's big B. We bring that over here, 1080 times the height of the prism, which is a number we didn't use, or 30. So we say 1080 times 30. Again, we don't have to multiply by 0, so we go right to the 3. 3 times 0, 0. 3 times 8, 24. 3 times 0, still 0, plus 2 is 2. And 3 times 1 is 3. So we get 32,400 inches cubed. And that is our answer. Right? If we wanted to answer it the way this is, you have to keep in mind, and we're going to talk about this not too long from now, about a month or so, about how scale factor changes volume, and that you can't just take 32,400 and divide it by 12. You'd actually have to divide each of these by 12, so this would be like 5 feet, and this would be 1.5 feet, and 30 inches, that's 2.5 feet. And you'll see that doesn't give you the same thing as 32,400 divided by 12. But you don't need to know that because we changed it to inches. If you did this already and tried to find it, I'm sorry. Okay, so 32, this is our answer. So we look for that on one of the other problems, and oh, look, here it is. So we would go to this question next. Alright, candle in the shape of rectangular pyramid. Alright, we can draw that. So rectangular pyramid, rectangle base, with the pyramid top. Perfect. Sort of. Alright, base of the candle measures 3 by 4, so 3 and 4. Slant height is 6 inches, so the height of any of these triangles along the side is 6. Okay? Total surface area. So to find total surface area of a pyramid, we need to know area of the base, we need to know perimeter of the base, and we need to know the slant height. Okay? Here's our base. This is, these numbers on here are really easy. Hopefully you didn't need too much help with this. Area of a rectangle is just base times height, or 3 times 4, which is 12, and that's inches. Perimeter of this, we just add all the sides, so 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3, and that's just 14 inches. And the lateral height, the slant height, remember we said we talked about this, slant height and lateral height mean exactly the same thing. And that's going to be 6. Once we have these three things, we can go to our formula. Total surface area, half PL plus big B. So half of 14 times 6 plus 12. Oh my goodness, this is so easy. Alright, half of 14 is 7 times 6 plus 12. So 7 times 6 is 42. Plus 12 is 54 inches squared. That's our surface area. So then you would look for that on another card, which is, oh, look at that. It's right here. Alright, this one, I like this question. It's not too difficult, but it's different. So a rectangular pyramid and a rectangular prism have the same length, width, and height. The volume of the rectangular pyramid is 75 cubic centimeters. What is the volume of the prism? Okay, so let's draw our two shapes here real quick. So rectangular pyramid, go quick. Oh, that's terrible. Whatever, it's a pyramid, you get it. It's a crooked pyramid. So this volume, if we look at our chart, is 1/3 area of the base times the height. And we also know that that's equal to 75. And then we've got our prism. Okay, prism. Which looks a little bit better than our pyramid. That formula, volume is just area of the base times the height. And volume, we don't know yet. Okay. So we want to know, what is this volume? So, if everything's the same, length, width, and height. So if we say this is, what do I want to put for numbers? We say 25 and 3 and 3. So that means that this one is also 25 by 3, and this height is 3. You don't need to know these numbers. It's just, to write something down. So we have to look at how these two formulas are related to each other. How is this formula similar to this one? And we see they both have area of the base times the height. The only difference is that in a pyramid, you take that and you divide it by 3. Okay, which means that this volume is going to be the same area of the base, the same height, except it hasn't been divided by 3. So we do the opposite of that. So the opposite of dividing by 3 would be to take this volume and to multiply it by 3. So 5 times 3 is 15, carry 1, and that gives us 225. So this volume has to be 225 centimeters cubed. And we can check that. If 225 is area of the base times the height, if we take a third of that, a third of 225 would get us back to 75. So this works out. So this would be our third answer. And we'd go to the next card and we'd, you keep doing the same thing to get to the very end. Okay? Hopefully that helped out. If not, tutoring Wednesday after school. Okay. So 7th graders, you can stop watching now. Alright? You're done. Okay. Like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, 8th graders, you can start watching now. Your homework is like easier than the 7th grade homework. I don't know how. So let's see. Parallelograms. We got a swing blown to one side by a breeze. Oh, that's cute. With little A's on the side. As long as seat of the swing is parallel to the top bar, swing makes parallelogram. As seen here. So it says DC is 2 feet, so that's 2. BE is 4.5, so 4.5. And BAD, that's this angle here, or just angle A. No, well, we can't call it angle A, because AEB is here too. This is 75 degrees. So fill in the missing sides. So AB, well, if it's parallelogram, we know that opposite sides are congruent, so AB has to be the same as DC. And if DC is 2, then AB has to be 2 as well. Okay. ED, this length here, ED. How can we find that out? Well, if we look at our other properties of parallelograms, we know that the diagonals bisect each other. So if one side is 4.5, then the other side is also 4.5. Or we can say ED is congruent to B. BED, or EDB. So that's going to be 4.5. And then BD is the entire diagonal, and that's just going to be ED plus BE, or 4.5 plus 4.5, which is just 9. This is super simple. Alright, measure of ABC. So we don't need the side links anymore. All we're doing is measure, so I'm going to erase some of this. Okay. So ABC is this side here. And if we know this is 75, and we know that consecutive angles on a parallelogram are always supplementary, so that means that 75 plus whatever this angle is has to add up to 180. If we solve for x, simple algebra, which we need to review since we can't even factor. Oh my goodness. 180 minus 75 is 105 degrees. And if we know these two, then we know everything else. So BCD, okay, well, again, adjacent consecutive angles have to be supplementary, so 75, 105, we got to come back and be 75 here, which means that this has to be 105 over there. So let's see, 75 and 105. Okay. One thing to keep in mind, it's not asked here. There's a reason why it's not asked, is what are these angles made by the diagonals? The reason they're not asking is because you can't answer that. We don't have enough information. We can't say that the angles, that they're angle bisectors. Okay, that doesn't work for every parallelogram. So don't try to make assumptions. If we didn't write it down today, excuse me, don't assume it to be true about parallelograms. Okay? Alright, and then this one, more basic algebra stuff. Find each measure. RS, well, RS is x plus 3. And over here, since we know opposite sides are congruent, we can say that these two are equal. So x plus 3 equals 2x, and then we just solve for x. So minus x to combine our like terms, and this turns out super easy. X equals 3. So 3 plus 3 is, it's 6. Alright. Measure of angle S. So I don't remember what the answer was. 6. Measure of angle S. So this angle plus this angle has to be supplementary. So 10n plus 8n equals 180. Combine our like terms. 18n. Get n by itself. Double yawn. These numbers work out almost too nicely. You guys are asking for calculators. Oh my goodness. 180 divided by 18. N is just 10. So 10 times 10. This is 100. 8 times n. This is 80. And you got 2 more answers. Alright, I could go through the ones on the bottom, but it's plotting points, and I don't want to take that fun away from you. So I won't. Alright, you know what to do. Get it done. Leave comments down here. Look at some of this other stuff over there. Hit the subscribe button, which is, I don't know how YouTube works. Subscribe button somewhere around here. And enjoy math. Yes, because it's lots of fun. Alright, good night.